Hey, what's up, people? Yeah, this is Chris. First I gotta start my shout out. Special shout out to Nikki. This video is actually gonna be about me being introspective, and the reason why I'm saying this before we even start, because if you listen to this video, you might think I'm just talking about a woman, or talking about the way I feel about women, when it's really not. I'm trying to be introspective because like me, I'm a what you call an old school guy right now. You might figure old school guys know everything and all that stuff, but we don't. Like life is a learning process, from the day you're born to the day you die. It's a learning process. And me, at the stage in life I'm in, I don't have the things that I want. I'm not at the position in life where I want to be. And when I'm looking around, I'm not one of those people who blames other. Oh, well, it's because of this, because of that. I'm like, you have to look within yourself. And when you do that, you can like get a you can kind of figure out how things work, not how to improve yourself. I mean, this is kind of like a self-improvement kind of thing because, like, there's one thing that I really want in life that I could probably have, but it's just me being on some bullshit. That's the reason why I don't have it. So, I really have to stop and say, all right, now, there's certain things that I want that I have to work on, but there are certain things that I want that I still have to work. But there's something I know that I could have right now if I really wanted it. I'm like, why don't I have it? And that then it comes down to me. But anyway, let me go ahead and get into it. All right, I usually go up to White Plains like a couple of times, like a month, and I usually go to Fordham Road to do it. So while I'm going through Fordham Road, this was like a couple of years ago. A lady tries to hand me a pamphlet. She's like on some religious mission, right? And I like take the pamphlet to be nice. But as I'm walking, she has a partner. I'm looking at her partner, right? And I see a partner hanging out a pamphlet too. And I'm like, there's something real familiar about her. And I'm looking at her, and I'm looking at her to the point where I'm staring at her because she feels somebody staring at her and looks at me. And then I like look away because she caught me staring at her. I'm just like, damn, she looks really familiar. But I just keep on walking, make it to the Metro North station and go up, and go on my way. And I thought about 10 minutes trying to figure out where I know her from, but I couldn't figure it out. So I just stopped thinking about it. But days later, I actually wasn't even thinking about her, and for some reason, it just popped into my mind where I know this chick from. I know this chick back from way back in the day when I was going. Like, there's a park called Starlight in the Bronx. There's a bridge on 174th Street, and then there's a park that have jams down there. She used to be down there. She's down there getting high, smoking weed, partying with drug dealers. Now, this is the only place I've seen this chick. I've seen this chick in the nightclub called the Red Parrot, the Silver Shadow, Bentley's. I've seen this chick everywhere. She's a party hard chick, always partying with drug dealers. Like, this was way back in the day. In fact, I've seen her get so high that she could barely, like in this club called Bentley's, there was like an upper level. I saw her get so high and drunk that if she tried to make it down the steps by herself, she was gonna fall. Another chick had to help her down the steps. That's how drunk and how high she used to get. And now this chick is on Fordham Road, like handing out pamphlets, trying to be like a religious chick. Now in my mind, I'm just like, you know what? I wish that chick would try to give me some pamphlets, try to start talking God to me. 'Cause I'm like, nah. I was saying, I put on blast like, yo, chick, I know you used to do so and so, used to hang with so and so, and because I'm like feeling like, look, this chick, she got to be joking. Now that's just me being, I don't know, for some reason being biased against this chick, but I started thinking like, if I actually ever had this conversation with this chick, the way I'm looking at her, I'm thinking all kinds of terrible stuff about this because I still see her from time. I haven't seen her recently, and the only reason why I'm bringing this up is because I don't know, just like I said in my interest, I'm thinking about things, but I'm like, in my mind, this chick was like getting high and hanging out the character she was hanging out with. I'm like, these cats have probably done everything and anything, like anything to be done to a chick sexually or even with drugs, like that she's done it all, right? So I'm just like, this chick is almost like a retired prostitute or like a washed up stripper as far as I'm concerned. But then I was thinking about it, right? I'm thinking about it. I'm like, you know what? All of this happened when I was in my 20s, right? Now after my 20s, I wasn't partying. I wasn't partying. Me myself, I was going to all of those places and doing that stuff, and I hadn't really seen her since then up until like recently. So I'm like, you know what? How do I know how she lived her life after that? I mean, I'm thinking about I could talk about I've seen her at this place, but she might if I was ever to say anything to her about that, she might go, well, you was at the same place as I was at. Well, what was you doing? I wasn't getting high. I was partying. I wasn't doing the same stuff. But I was thinking, like, maybe I'm judging this chick real hard. I'm like, why am I judging her so harshly? And I'm like, cause I was like, I'm thinking all kinds of terrible stuff about. Now I've seen her and usually when I see her, I'm usually across the street. I see her from a distance. I'm usually like never that close to her. Because I remember the next time I saw her, I was like looking to see if she was married, or I looked at her ring. So I'm like, yeah, she ain't married. I was thinking like, yeah, she probably got a couple of kids by a couple of different dudes. She been ran through. She ain't never been married. I'm thinking all of this terrible stuff about this chick. And the more and more I think, I'm like, yo, Chris, you being real hard on that chick. Because I don't know what she did when she was in her third. Because right now I know she's in her like late 40s or her early 50s. I actually think she's older than me. So but the thing is, I don't know what she did after after I stopped partying. For I know she might have stopped partying too, or maybe she kept partying into her 30s, and maybe she's still just doing this weekend like she's like she's just she does this church thing, but she's just like maybe she's a fake Christian. There's a bunch of fake Christians out there. They do their church thing. They still like get high and I don't know, but for me to think about her and judge her so harshly, I was like, Chris, that's you just thinking negative shit, putting negative energy into stuff. I'm like, I should be happy for the girl because the way she was partying back in the day, you know what I'm saying? And she is good that she's still around. And to be honest with you, the cats that she was running with, like I didn't know them personally, but I knew people who knew them. That's how I knew what they went to. Some of those cats ain't around today. So, for her to still be around and me knowing that the cats she used to run with, they ain't around no more, is good for her. But my point is that, it's good to, oh, and for anybody who didn't realize, I'm talking about somebody, these people I'm talking about all from the Bronx. I'm not talking about people, there are probably people from uptown who like, there's some women who might fit the description. They go, oh, is he talking about me? I'm not. I'm talking about this woman just from Bronx. This is people I know from the Bronx. I don't really know. Actually, I don't even know the girl's name. I know she used to live like where I see her at. She's in the West Bronx when she does her like her religious thing. But as far as I know, she lived in the East Bronx. She actually lived like that, not that far from like I don't even know what the section of that Bronx. It's like the South Bronx. It's on like 174th Street. It was like Hoe Avenue, Bryan Avenue, Longfellow Avenue. She's from around that area right there. But that's like more the east side and more the south Bronx, where she's at now. At least where she does her little like religious thing at now. That's like in the further up in the Fordham Road area on the west side of the Bronx. And the reason why I'm telling this story is like I'm like I realized that I like I don't know. I guess it's like one of those things that I guess maybe it's just a man thing. Because if a man sees a woman, we see women running around partying like that. We thinking like, yo, she's doing this, she's doing that. But fact is, basically, even though I say drug deal or something, usually it was really she was with one guy and he was with his crew. So it was like she was with one drug dealer and that was his crew. So it wasn't like I saw with like a bunch of different drug dealers. It was like usually one dealer and his crew. So that's who she was rolling with. So because I was thinking this girl was like a mad hoe and all this other stuff, and I'm just like, you know what, that's actually not being fair. And I'm like, and if I ever see her again, and if she happens to look at me and says something, I'm not gonna blast off on her. I'm not gonna give her a dirty look and like, I know you a hoe from back in the day. You can't tell me shit. I'm not gonna be like that. I'm just like, that's like negative stuff. That's negative energy right there. Got to let that go. So I think that negative energy that I had towards her, I think it's messing me up with other situations as well in my life. I actually believe that. So, but anyway, I know the last couple of videos I've had I've only had like 2 or 3 views. So whoever those 2 or 3 people who listen to me, I appreciate it. And I hope I'm saying stuff that might be relevant to you, or I hope I'm keeping you somewhat entertained. Um, Thanks for listening. And I hope you get what I was trying to say about being introspective and trying to like looking within yourself when you just see how life is and trying to like improve on yourself. It's like a constant process, and I think that's important for anybody. Because like lately I've been not even looking at myself, but looking at it like as a black man, American, like black people in general, how we are in America. I've just been looking at that a lot. I think that's probably the reason why I've been doing so many videos lately. But it's good to be that. It's good to be that way sometimes. You can't always try to blame negative stuff. You have to look within yourself and figure things out. Um, anyway, like I said before, thanks for listening, people. Peace.